You're too late.
You will always be one step behind.
If you know everything, why did you not foresee this?
Had it been only a dream, a trick of the subconscious, or was danger truly approaching? Her laughter felt more like an attempt not to let death enjoy her weakness. Not rage, not revenge, not anger, only the cold certainty of a being who had long ago stopped doubting his actions. She did not want to admit to herself that the vision had frightened her more than it should have.
Camouflage is operating steadily. Navigation course is holding accurately. We will arrive soon. No external threats detected.
She wanted to believe it had been only a dream, but she had long ago noticed that dreams like that did not come without reason.
Can't sleep? Is everything all right?
Yes, everything is fine. I just had a strange dream.
Your face doesn't look like it was just a strange dream.
Sometimes visions do not come whole. Only in fragments of images and feelings. I cannot understand them at once. I cannot tell whether they are true or only a play of my mind.
What did you see?
Death, Elias. The death of someone dear to me. We will arrive soon. We need to prepare.
My lady, we are entering the gravitational field of SEMIR-AT.
That's it. The market of 7 planets. Come, this is better seen from the cockpit.
He had seen Earth from orbit. He had seen space. He had seen technologies he had once considered impossible. But from Lyra's expression, he understood. Ahead lay something on an entirely different scale.
That's impossible.
SEMIR-AT often has that effect.
Why are the suns revolving around the planets? How is that even possible?
Many things are arranged differently here.
This is a market?
The largest trade and entertainment center in the universe. One of the places we have a chance of entering without too much noise.
This isn't a market. It's an entire world inside the universe.
That is exactly what it is. Each planet here serves its own function. Together, they operate as one system.
On Earth, planets revolved around a star. Here, everything seemed reversed, as if 7 planets themselves held 3 suns in orbit around them. A complete contradiction of the laws of physics.
That is Morgar, the central processing planet. Waste from all the other planets flows there. Everything that gets thrown away, broken, lost, written off, or stolen eventually ends up on Morgar. There it is processed into raw material and sent back.
So the heart of this place is a garbage planet?
Not garbage. Processing.
That doesn't make it look much happier.
But without it, SEMIR-AT would have suffocated in its own waste long ago. Down there is Scriptoria, the planet of knowledge. Libraries, archives, navigation centers, laboratories, and repositories of knowledge are there. On Scriptoria, you can find almost any data, knowledge, and information. If, of course, you have access to the right archives.
And if you don't?
Then you simply won't find that knowledge. It's simple. That planet stores knowledge that was, is, and even will be.
What do you mean, will be? How is that possible?
You will learn in time. But many of your questions can be answered there. Regalis, the administrative center. Registration, customs, medicine, hotels, logistics, administration, and the official authority of SEMIR-AT are all there. Everyone arriving in SEMIR-AT must pass registration control on that planet, especially if they are staying for a long time.
Are we going there first?
No, we cannot draw attention. Pyrona, the planet of nourishment. Food, spices, farms, restaurants, cuisines of different races. Even the air there smells of food and desserts. You can find provisions there for any length of space travel. And try food you will not encounter anywhere else in the entire universe. Fabrion, the planet of things. Clothes, weapons, ship modules, armor, tools, materials, upgrades. Everything that has form can be bought, ordered, or stolen there. Any product you can imagine, you can find on that planet. The only question is price and connections.
Weapons?
Yes, we will need those too.
Of course.
Warrant. We call it the service planet. This is the true heart of all SEMIR-AT. A gray, unimpressive planet at first glance. But this is exactly where the real life of relationships flows. Legal and illegal deals, sales, theft, fraud, woven together with moral and immoral values. It is a planet of relationships, emotions, and feelings, where people are tested not only by words, but by actions. Here you will find your best friends and your sworn enemies. And it was on this planet that the events from my dream took place.
And we're going there.
Yes. Warrant is a place of brokers, oracles, mercenaries, swindlers, currency traders, underground deals, and dirty services. It is dangerous, but fast. And we need fast, without registration.
And what is that one?
Luxara, the planet of entertainment, depravity, and every kind of pleasure. Casinos, resorts, races, arenas, official games, expensive depravity, extreme attractions, and entertainment for those who find ordinary life too safe.
So, a giant Las Vegas?
If Las Vegas were given an entire planet, several tens of thousands of years, 3 suns, intergalactic debt, and a complete lack of shame, then yes.
The scale of the place pressed against his mind. He suddenly felt clearly how small Earth was, not in size but in understanding of the world. These thoughts stirred nostalgia in Elias for his home. In places like this, planet Earth felt very much like home, not merely a planet.
How are we supposed to find anything here? You could spend a whole life looking for one thing and still get lost on the first planet.
That is why we won't search.
I don't understand.
I have friends on Warrant. They will help us find everything, gather it, and leave unnoticed, as if we were never there.
Remind me what we need to gather here.
We need provisions, weapons, and special suits. But most importantly, we need the coordinates of the Institute of Becoming, where we are headed.
Ah, right. My training.
If we try to gather everything ourselves, we will most likely have to fly around at least 3 planets. That will definitely raise suspicion from security services and take a great deal of time.
And how will your friends help?
My friend Shopper was born on this planet. I have known him since childhood. He knows everything about SEMIR-AT and has his own network of reliable suppliers. He can gather everything we need very quickly. And to avoid drawing unnecessary attention, we will stay with my close friend Saari Therin. I think she will be very happy to see me.
What is this place we're landing in?
A transport hub, one of many hubs in SEMIR-AT.
And they'll just let us land here that easily?
Yes, hundreds of billions of ships visit SEMIR-AT every hour. And not all of them come here for long. That's why there is a permit category for short-term arrivals. Ships may land on only one planet, and only for a limited time. Full registration data is not required. It is enough to record the ship and its passengers. They call it a limited visit to SEMIR-AT.
But we still have to register, right?
Yes, but only formally and locally. We won't enter the general database.
And if we decide to fly to another planet afterward, will that still count as formal?
That is where problems begin. Under a formal visit, we are allowed to land on one planet and leave the SEMIR-AT galaxy after a short period of time. If we fly to another planet, the system will automatically mark us as violators.
What kind of consequences are we talking about?
If they catch us, they may interrogate us, fine us, restrict future visits, or bury us in some forgotten star system in a distant corner of the galaxy. No coordinates, no supplies. That means certain death. Stay close. Here, it is better not to look lost.
Too late.
Then just stay near me.
That part is easier. Does it always smell like this here?
No. Sometimes it is worse.
Is that the police?
Something like that.
Do they actually control anything here?
Of course. Whatever they were paid to control.
I see. A very civilized place.
Warrant is more honest than many planets. Here, at least, no one pretends everything is done for noble ideals.
It felt as if the planet was different, the scenery was different, but the essence of life was the same.
You've been here before?
Yes.
Often?
Enough to know where not to walk. Warrant is like a large organism. Almost everyone here knows everyone else. And when they see a representative of a higher race, the locals are afraid to cause harm.
Why?
The price of the consequences is too high. So you can relax. We are safe.
I hope so.
Looks like this is where we go.
Where are we going?
To Saari Therin. She has a small establishment here.
That friend of yours?
Yes. And I think she will be very happy to see me. We're here.
That entity looked unhappy.
Then Saari told him the truth.
Yes. Not everyone likes the truth.
This place is called the Mystery, the home of my Saari. Try not to interfere in the conversation, and don't take offense if she says something unpleasant about you.
Why do you say that as if she definitely will?
Because she is very direct and can offend without meaning harm.
Wonderful.
She is a good oracle, Elias, just with a difficult fate.
I lost sight of you. Praise Absol that you are alive.
I know, Saari. I got a little lost.
Choo-choo, lock the door. We're closed today. And what charming creature did you drag in?
This is Elias. He is human.
Human, then. And what do you need him for? Planning to sell him or trade him? Did you truly shine, my little crystal?
Brighter than all the stars.
It would be interesting to look at your fate, human.
My fate?
What, do you have several? Take a seat. If you've come into my mystery, don't stand by the door like lost spirits. What happened, my little crystal? Why did you appear without warning, without an escort, and with this human?
We need help.
What kind of help?
We need to contact Shopper. No one must know we are here. We need supplies, clothing for Elias, suits for different environments, weapons, upgrades for Falcor, and coordinates for the Institute of Becoming.
The Institute of Becoming? For him? Yes, training definitely would not hurt this one. Wait here, I'll prepare Kiuas. After the road, you need to pull yourselves together. This drink will wake you up.
Who is she exactly?
Saari Therin. Once, she was a student of the Great Mystery.
Some kind of magic school?
A temple, a school, and a service all at once. Those who can hear and see the subtle layers of reality are given to it. Saari was taken there as a child. She does not remember her parents, and does not even know whether the ones who gave her away were her real parents.
They just gave away a child?
In some worlds, that is considered an honor.
Getting rid of a burden.
Saari was supposed to dedicate her service to Luminos.
Is that some god?
There are many gods. Luminos is the one through whom life manifests, the parent of all material existence. Through him are born matter, consciousness, and even those whom many call gods.
Every answer from you sounds like another question.
You withhold the truth! I need the ritual knowledge to find them!
You are not ready. Your emotions cloud your judgment. This is not negotiable.
She was strong, but too stubborn, too curious, and too disobedient for the Great Mystery. She constantly broke rules, argued with mentors, and one day used a practice for which she was not ready. She wanted to know who she was and where she came from. Most of all, she wanted to find her parents.
And what happened?
Her perception changed. Part of her consciousness began to see more than it was ready for. Another part stopped distinguishing reality from illusion. In a way, for her own selfish purpose, she betrayed the service of Luminos. After that, she was exiled.
She just wanted to find her parents. A terribly unspiritual act, of course.
Higher teachings do not always make beings kinder. I found her almost dead. I helped her survive and settle here on Warrant. I introduced her to Shopper. He helped her find this place and start a new life. Shopper has a younger sister, Shani, the only kindred soul he had left after their parents died. Shani became fatally ill, and no one could heal her. Shopper fell into great debt trying to help her, but everything was useless. Even our technology was useless. Shani's cells were breaking down at high speed. The regeneration table that healed you was useless. Its effect lasted only a short time. Then Shopper clung to his last hope and brought Shani to Saari. I don't know what she did, but the girl stopped being sick. Saari called it recoding at the source code level.
It'll wake you up. It doesn't taste especially pleasant, but it's useful. Drink while it's hot. Well,
It tastes like I've been insulted from the inside.
then it is working. Choo-choo! Remember that fellow who never stops talking and always gets into trouble? His name is Shopper. Bring him here. Tell him Lyra is visiting us. He'll be happy. Now tell me properly, my little crystal. How did you get here? And how can I help?
I found myself in a difficult situation. My ship was damaged, and I fell onto Elias's planet. He found me nearly frozen, took me in, warmed me, fed me, hid me, asked for nothing in return. No profit, no gratitude, no price.
Places like that still exist in the universe?
Apparently.
Or you simply had the luck to fall near the last stubborn idiot who cannot walk past another's trouble.
On Earth, helping someone in need is considered a virtue.
On Warrant, it is considered a road to an early death.
Then the Guardians came. Tergata led them.
Tirgata?
She found us on Earth. Elias's home was destroyed. He was wounded. I managed to heal him aboard Falcor.
Hold on, sweetie. You're gonna be okay.
You attracted Tirgata's attention, took a human with you, and came to SEMIR-AT without full registration? Lyra, did you decide to gather every possible disaster into one backpack?
I don't want to return to Etherion.
This is no longer just, I don't want to. If Tirgata found you, then it isn't only the Guardians who are looking for you.
I know.
Your mother?
Possibly. According to Tergata, someone else is looking for me.
Aurelia will not look for you simply as a daughter who ran away from home.
I think so too.
If she learns about the human,
that is why Elias must begin training before his presence is discovered.
You understand that you did not simply take him on a journey? You pulled him out of his world and placed him beside powers that can crush entire races without even noticing.
I understand.
No, my little crystal. You feel it. You will begin to understand when the true price comes for you.
The price has already come. Once they shot my house to pieces. The second time, I was put back together on her ship. I lost everything in my life before meeting Lyra. I have no illusions, Saari.
Good. Then you are not entirely empty. I will not look at your fate. The fates of higher races are not toys for an exiled oracle. But his, I will glance at. Your fates are already intertwined.